In the past year, the rapid growth of AI has led major corporations and movie studios like such as Disney and Sony to start integrating AI technology into their films. And it's become so apparent that studios are just coming out and just saying that they want to use AI to make movies more efficiently. You don't believe me? Check out this article over here. It says here that Sony Pictures CEO says the studio is very focused on using AI to make movies in a more efficient way. Honestly, I see it as a lazy way to make movies because it's never going to be original art. AI is just borrowing information and art from existing sources, in this case, the World Wide Web, and just combining it and making its own thing. It's not original. And this is not the right way to go. But if you think that it's going to be implemented across the board, you'd be a little bit mistaken, because not the guys at the Sony Animation Pictures. So it says here that Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse features no generative AI, says Chris Miller. And it's completely original, 100%, and that's good news. Bad news for the rest of the Sony studio. For them to go into this direction, I think it's honestly a huge mistake. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about this, but before I get started, just make sure you are subscribed, like and comment, and share this video after you're done watching. And of course, just be sure to follow me on my social media, which you can find in the description box below, or you can look it up manually by typing up any of the handles that you see right here below this web cam overlay right here. So let's go ahead and get into it. As the use of AI in movies has become a hot button debate in Hollywood, and pretty much everywhere. I mean, new technology and like new laptops and computers are coming out with AI features built in where they require specific processors, but I'm just going off on a tangent here. Beyond the Spider-Verse co-producer Chris Miller confirms that the technology will not be incorporated into the upcoming animated movie. There's no generative AI in Beyond the Spider-Verse, and there will never be, Miller said on Twitter X in response to a user who tweeted Sony Animation to keep AI away from the movie. One of the main goals of the films is to create a new visual styles that have never been seen in the studio's CG film, not steal the generic plagiarized average of the other artists' work. I already read that tweet, and that was in response to this person who simply asked or told Sony Animation, "Dear at Sony Animation, keep generative AI away from the Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse. AI robs people of their jobs and produces nothing but slop. We don't want that anywhere near this film or any film for that matter. Please keep it away from the filmmaking process. Thank you." And that is definitely a damn good tweet. So good that I'm actually going to go ahead and like it. So definitely a good tweet as well. And I'll even like Chris Miller's tweet, which I should definitely give him a follow as well. And that's good right there. Now, listen, I have my opinions about AI. Do I think it's a good, cool tool and feature to have in your computer? I certainly do. But, you know, with something as good and cool as AI, sometimes it leads to bad actors utilizing it in a way that can lead to crime, I guess you can say. And me, I'll be honest with you, straightforward. You've probably noticed this already on my channel. Some of my thumbnails are AI generated, and I do it because sometimes the results are quite creative, even more creative than me, which is, you can't get any more organic or natural than somebody just making a thumbnail themselves on Photoshop, right? But sometimes it could be quite useful. And as long as I acknowledge it and I admit it, I think I'm okay. I think it's valid for me to use AI in my content. And I'm just coming out and saying it. It's just not a secret, honestly. I'm not hiding anything. But sometimes AI can prove its usefulness. And it works for content creators. And plenty of content creators like myself utilize AI, and I can name a couple, just like Yellow Flash, who does content similarly to me, and some others who utilize AI. Honestly, AI can be used to do good. And as long as you only use it to do good, I don't see a problem with it. But if you use it to commit crimes, steal, or to claim that, hey, I made this when you really didn't, that's when it becomes a problem for everybody. And that's when you ruin it for everybody else. Miller's comments were made in the wake of Sony Pictures Entertainment CEO Tony Vinciqueira's controversial statement during a Japanese investor conference that the studio was exploring AI as a cost-cutting measure for future productions. And it goes back to what Chris Miller was saying, how it's just lazy to utilize AI. And you're basically stealing generic work from other artists. And as the previous Spider-Verse installments achieved worldwide critical acclaim and accolades for their groundbreaking combination of the animated CGI and hand-drawn comic book style, Miller explains to Fortune magazine that last year how AI could prevent cinematic innovation rather than enhance it. The AI isn't going to generate something new and original, Miller said. It's going to just do an imitation of the things that came before it It's our job as humans to keep making things new. And when will the new Spider-Verse get released? Originally, it's scheduled for the release on March 29th, 2024. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse was delayed due to the SAG-AFTRA and WGA strikes in 2023. Additionally, producers Miller and Phil Lord are looking to take the time to get the quality of the upcoming threequel to their standards after members of the animation team went public with allegations of poor working conditions on Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. While the plot remains under wraps, Miller says that the threequel will serve as the endgame for the intertwining stories of Miles Morales Spider-Man, Shamik Moore, and Gwen Stacy Spider-Woman, Haley Steinfeld. And I quote, "What we're trying to accomplish with the film is have it be the best satisfying conclusion to the story that it can be, and take it to places that you haven't seen it before," Miller said, "and make you laugh and cry and cheer and think." Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse does not have a release date yet, but I'm pretty excited for that film, and I can't wait for it to come out, because a lot of people like myself have been waiting for it. It's time to end the Spider-Verse, I guess you could say. But anyway, I just wanted to fill you in, let you know, and let me know, what are your thoughts? Should AI still continue to be utilized in some way in films and arts and, photography and whatnot, in this case, in movie studios like this? Or should it not be utilized whatsoever? You let me know, and you decide, where do you stand between AI technology and its usage. And as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the notifications so you all don't miss anything. Dislike the video if you did. And as always, I will see you all in the next comic panel.